Esk Railway Station parkrun. Give us a big cheer. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land that we meet today, the Yagara and Jinibara nations, and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Thank you. Hey, right, well, welcome. I'll just introduce myself. I'm Alan. I'm a volunteer parkrun ambassador. I've been here helping two wonderful people, Sue and Katrina, who are our event directors. Give them a big cheer. I'm sure most people here have no idea how much work goes into setting up a parkrun, but these two ladies know. We've been at it for nine months, and we're so pleased to be here today. So just give me a quick show of hands. Who's a local resident in the kind of Esk area? Oh, right. Everyone else must be a visitor? Okay, yeah. Well, listen, everyone's really welcome, whether you're local or visitor. And parkrun is a great asset to the community, and it's had some tremendous support from the local community, or we wouldn't be here today. So I'm going to try and keep this as quick as possible because everyone wants to get going at 7 o'clock. We should be off on the path at 7. But we have some people to thank. And I'd like to, first of all, as I've said, thank our fabulous event directors, Kat and Phil. Then we have Somerset Regional Council, who've been very helpful, Danielle and Michelle. Then Queensland Government Transport and Main Roads, who look after the wonderful BVRT trail for us. Christine's been very great, giving us all the paperwork and permissions we need. Then we've had Joe from the Esk Grand Hotel. We've had Emily from the Esk Caravan Park. We've had Nick from the Brisbane Valley Roasters. They do great coffee, by the way. And they give us a discount. So thank you, Nick. And Paul from the BVRT Users Association. And Kathy and some others from the CWA. And we've also had help from Rosie as well. Now, Rosie and Mark are, well, Mark's the ED at Cornwall Bay, and that will be the closest parkrun to this event. We've also had tremendous support from people at Gatton. I know there's quite a few from Gatton. If you're Gatton, just shout out. Okay, we've also stolen one of their run directors, who's Katrina. So we apologise, but we'll find a good job for her here. She's excellent. Thank you. And then Tara, very helpful. She's lent us some extra tokens just in case we have a sudden influx of people. So let's thank you very much to Gatton. And then there's at the other end of the rail trail, towards the top end, there's Blackbutt Parkrun as well. They're a great parkrun to do, and if you don't live a bit of the rail trail, you want to head up there and do their bit as well if you've not been there yet. It's great. Thank you. Okay, we've also had a great deal of support from Parkrun HQ down on the Gold Coast. So we had Renay, Jenny, and then there's volunteers like Raki and myself who are working hard to get everything together. And then we've had 2 trials. Some of you may have been to trials. I recognise some haven't, but trials were really useful for helping us to get the right size, tools, distance, that kind of stuff. Everyone to enjoy their time here on our wonderful parkrun and enjoy Esk and everything around. And we ask you to tell your friends how good it is and get them to come along. If you are local, then please, we're going to need volunteers for future weeks. So get in touch with Sue and Katrina, put your name down, and we'll get this going for the benefit of the whole community. So anyway, I'm going to hand over now to Kat, who's going to give you the main briefing about the course. There are some signs around, but if you haven't read them, haven't seen Facebook, then listen carefully to what Kat's going to tell you now.
I have a platform for a voice, so I don't need the microphone. But I just really want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for coming here and helping me get this started. Not me, us. I first met Lockie in a little country lane and I said, is there any way I can get a parkrun started? And here we are. So God bless and thank you.
Right.
I just add to that is that this started because of Sue. You know, Sue was the one, as she said, she went to Lockie and, you know, she said to me at Gatton, will you come on board with me? And as you can only do with Sue, you say yes. So here we are. And so I, you know, like really, I just want to acknowledge that this has started because of Sue's hard work in the beginning. It's taken a lot of us to make it happen. But yeah, so a big round of applause for Sue. Alright, so I've just been asked to go over the course, and I like to complicate directions. My husband will tell you that you'll all get lost shortly, but it's very simple. We start here, we go all the way up the path, so just keep running up the path. You'll go past the showgrounds, you'll go to the road. As you know, in parkrun you can't cross the road, so you will U-turn on the left. Sue's husband Colin is up there and he'll get you to U-turn, pretty easy. Come back, you will turn left into the showgrounds. So it's really, really important that you follow the course in the showgrounds clockwise. We've got a number of instructions there. There are marks on the ground, but you must go clockwise. So you'll go left, follow the path, you can't get lost. But as you come around the roundyard, I call it, I'm not from the country, there's a whole bunch of cones, a big path that you follow. It'll bring you out to the end of the showground. You then turn left and you follow it all the way back down to here. You'll U-turn at the finish here and you'll head out for a second lap. Yes. Okay, so Rosie's waving her hand.
Turn where Rosie is.
She's going to get sick of it by the end, so, you know, round the cone, round the cone. So, round the cone, out for a second lap. Yeah. So, we're all good with the course? Clockwise. So, because the sign actually says, follow the cones clockwise with a bunch of cones over to your right. They will bring you off the course back out. All right. So just a few housekeeping things. Obviously, we are sharing the path in. We'll very likely be cyclists out there. We are the rail trail, so just be aware of that. Tara has checked the course this morning. Pretty sure that everything was good, yes. We have a defib and a first aid kit. Hopefully we don't have to use them. Please return your barcodes. We don't want to lose one on our very first day. Not on the first day. Can we please have them back? Yeah, and dogs. If we've got any dogs, just make sure they are on a short leash. So before we go into the milestones, I'd just like to acknowledge our volunteers, because we can't do this without our volunteers. We've got a few of them today. So we would like to thank Jane, Tracy, Sally, Erica, Veronica, Colin, Tara, Kayleen, Rosie, Sue, Neil, Tara, Alan, Nicola, Rasheen and Sean. So if we could have a round of applause for our volunteers. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of them. So if you would like to volunteer for the week coming, that would be fantastic. And I know there's quite a few milestones, and I believe that we've got someone here who's doing their 100th different parkrun.
Renay, where are you?
Renay?
Thank you.
Well done. And thank you for your 100th different one. I know that Sue today she's allowing me to be run director because she's doing her 150th run today. And 250. And I think we had at least 100 parkrun, well done. And I chose Ed as my 50th volunteer. And so it was all orchestrated.